What's going on, y'all? What it is? So let's go ahead and jump all over this topic. So I was asked to talk about this, and I have no problem discussing this at all because I think that this woman is an absolute legend. So Dawn Robinson took to her YouTube platform on yesterday and basically highlighted that she has been homeless and living out of her car for 3 years. Now, we know that Dawn was a part of the supergroup in Vogue. We know that she was a member of Lucy Pearl, and she also dibbled and dabbled in a solo career. She released her first album in 2002 called Dawn. Now, when you have the courage and the fortitude to come to the internet, being a celebrity and falling on hard times, there's a lot of people that are going to say some negative things about you. Now, there were some positive things, but basically the negative comments that I saw was a lot of people didn't understand why she was broke. She was a part of this supergroup. What did she do with her money? People are also highlighting the fact that she let her ego get in the way and she should have never left in Vogue, but she thought she was the it girl and tried to pursue a solo career and it didn't go anywhere. And so there's just so many negative things that people are saying, but they're forgetting that there are so many artists that have come forward saying that they haven't been paid what they're worth. And in fact, we're burying a legend this weekend in Angie Stone that highlighted that 2 months ago. Now, I don't know what happened with the In Vogue situation. I know that they didn't get paid what they were worth, but I don't know the inside and the details to that. That's something that I'm going to have to research. But I did hear many years ago that Raphael Sadiq, who's a part of the supergroup Tone, basically effed Dawn out of her royalties and she didn't get paid what she was supposed to get paid. But anyway, what I want to do right now is play you guys a little bit about what Dawn had to say about her living situation, and then I'll be back to give you some more of my 2 cents.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me. So I was just trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. You can't read someone else's mind. You can't figure them out. They got to figure themselves out. So I was like, let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA because it's getting ready to be fire in Vegas. You need to come back. I love LA, so I said okay. And he said that I could stay with him, and so I was like, okay. But you have a dog, I have a dog. Do we have? And he's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys. I was like, no, this is unacceptable, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there. And so I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I'm like, dude, I'm the one who has to live here. This is my remote for my phone. You can push play and pause and all that stuff. So that's why I'm holding this. Anyway, and it's way cheaper than the hotel. I told my assistant one day, I have been researching car life. There's a whole community of people that live in their cars, and a whole community of people that live in their RVs, and a whole community of people that live in vans. Van life, car life, RV life. And I loved what I was seeing. I just thought, wow, these people, I could do that. I could do this, I think. And I ended up in my car, and it's been, like I said, 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was playing games, and I knew he was playing games, and I wasn't the one. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you, because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent and you're paying my hotel. Like, no, his apartment was $1,700 a month. And then my hotel was over $3,000. Yeah, way too much. And no, I'm not doing this. I can't. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like, no, I can't, but I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel, and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem? Sometimes I think, you guys, people want to trap you and keep you in a situation where you're vulnerable and depending on them. And I wasn't the one. So, yeah, I got out of there. So there's two people that I have in my life that are keeping me going. Actually, three. One is my forever mother-in-law. I dated her son. Of course, we're no longer together. And she's like my, oh my gosh, my go-to. And then I have my assistant, Nisi. Sorry. Nisi is, you guys, I swear, every day she's like, Diva, she calls me Diva. You can do this. You got this. Oh, and the third person is Evan, my brother. Evan. Nisi, I think I'm going to go and sleep in my car. I think I'm going to live in my car. I've been researching it and I know I can do this. And she's like, yeah, you can.
All right, so you guys just heard some of what she had to say. I didn't want to play the whole thing. If you want to go and check out what she had to say in its entirety, go to her YouTube channel, Dawn Robinson, okay? So I do want to point out a couple of more things that she talked about. She talked about the fact that her sister did her wrong. And she also explained how she used to treat people when she was on top, but she doesn't get that same treatment in return. And it's just sad. And another thing that I want to talk about is when she talked about the fact that her mother was just angry with her and started directing all this anger to her. And it was basically because she didn't want Dawn there. There is an issue within the Black community, in my opinion, that I'm going to point out. It's almost like, when you turn 6 or 7 years old in some households, not every Black household, but some melanated parents are already telling their kids at 6 or 7 years old that I can't wait until you turn 18 so you can get the hell up out of my house. And in my experiences, I have friends from all sorts of different backgrounds, white friends, Mexican friends, Latino friends, and things of that nature. Their parents operate differently. They have an open door policy to go back home if they need to, right? They may have to follow, of course, you have to follow the rules and the regulations of your parents' household, but they have an open door policy. But within the African American community, from what I've seen, some of them be like, yo, I'll feed you, you my child, but you can't stay here. And I don't understand why we're like that. You know what I'm saying? I have a couple of friends right now, and both of them are white, and one is 46 and the other one is 48, and they had to go back home and build themselves back up, and it's no issues. Now, Dawn went on to say that this wasn't some type of publicity stunt. She actually has recorded footage of her living inside of her car, and basically she said that she hoped that she could sell it to a Netflix and create some type of documentary, and that would definitely be good for her financially if she could make that happen. Now, I'm not going to sit here and completely absolve Dawn for any wrongdoings that may have led to her being in this predicament, but what I'm saying is, why can't we be more positive to someone that's going through this, right? Especially when it comes to people that have the same hue as you. Why can't our people be more uplifting during this trying time for Dawn? And she's a legend, right? And so this is the thing. You should never ever laugh and gloat at somebody's downfall or question why they're in this predicament and laugh at them, because you could be in the same situation one day. And I feel like Dawn is a courageous spirit because she had the willingness to come on the internet and really tell her truth. She should hold her head up high and show no shame whatsoever. And she said in the video that she was not ashamed of her situation. And listen, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not ashamed either, because if it came down to it, I'm going to take care of me and mine. So if you ever go through a drive-through window and you see a big 6'6" cat talking about small, medium, or large, just know you can take all the pictures and all the video you want. I'll even pose for you because I have no shame, because ultimately I'm going to get where I'm trying to go. And that's just the bottom line. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about Dawn Robinson actually coming out and telling her truth about being a homeless individual basically for 3 years. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.